Today, I want to talk to you about 6 tips that'll get you hired at a job fair. This is for all my new graduate nurses. It's graduation season, so I thought I'd come on and talk about how to get hired faster, whether you're going to a job fair or to your next interview. Who is this episode specifically for? Like I said, senior nursing students that are about to graduate and any new graduate nurse that's looking to get hired faster. If you also want to join my free webinar, I'm just dropping it right now. Do not forget to sign up this Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. PST. This is the new Nurse to Dream Role webinar where we dive deeper into all of these tips and strategies so that you can get hired faster. All right, so how do you sign up? Go to newnursejob.com and sign up now, because once it fills up, that's it. You'll have to wait till the next one. Okay? So let's get into it. I'm going to share super quickly 6 tips in the next 10 minutes on how you can get hired. All right? And why should you listen to me? Right? Because I'm a nurse career coach. I've been coaching new graduate nurses, honestly, for like 20 years. But officially, for the last 5 years, I've helped over 200 nurses land their dream role through my proven frameworks, strategies. I've also been an ER nurse, educator, and leader in the last 20 years, held different roles like director of education, clinical instructor, and associate dean. So I know a thing or two about what employers are looking for and how new nurses can position themselves for success so that you can get hired faster. So that's what I do in my coaching programs. And I create a ton of content on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and of course here LinkedIn. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I have a bunch of videos where you can go and check it out. But let's get into it. Tip number 1 on how you can get hired faster at a job fair. Okay? So if you've been following my content, you know I talk about this a lot. Number 1 is dress to stand out. Okay? Dress to impress, but also dress to stand out in a good way. Most new nurses will show up to this job fair looking like everybody else. Black suits, maybe a gray or a navy blue suit. We don't want that. We want to stand out. So don't be afraid to go for some bold colors. I typically love recommending my clients to wear cobalt blue because it is a super nice color. Blue is the most well-liked color. It's recommended that you wear blue in interviews. However, it's a powerful color and it stands out. One of my clients, Emily, I'll share her story as I go on through these different tips. She wore cobalt blue at a job fair and she texted me and she was like, Farah, I'm the only one wearing some type of color because everybody else is wearing black. Okay? So that is your first order of business, is to literally stand out and to look so confident, so put together so that you actually feel better and that you're more confident going into the interview. Please take a minute and invest in your outfit. You don't necessarily have to wear a suit. You can wear a dress if you want to, but it has to obviously be appropriate and the color still needs to pop. And then you can also put a blazer over it, whatever makes you feel comfortable, but you got to stand out and dress to impress, okay? Which brings me to number 2. Number 2 is arrive early, okay? And I know some of us, it's hard. I'm typically late at things, but you gotta arrive early. Why is that important in a job fair? Think about it. Some job fairs actually have hundreds of candidates there. And everybody's thinking the same thing. They're probably like, oh, let me show up 20 minutes early, so I can kind of get there and be early. But that's what everybody else is thinking. So actually being 20 minutes early is considered being on time. So what I would say is I typically tell my clients show up at least an hour or 2 before so that you can be the first person in line, because the first person in line is the first person to enter and you will have access right away. So again, every job fair is different, but sometimes it's like first come, first serve. If you're first, the first batch of people who go in, they will ask you, hey, what tables do you want to visit? Do you want to go to tele, ICU, whatever they have available? So particularly for my past client, Emily, who wanted to work in the NICU, she went 2 hours early, wore the cobalt blue suit, was one of the first people to enter, and got her first selection to go straight to the NICU table. Okay? So that's what you want to do, is arrive early so you have first dibs. Number 3, treat this job fair like an interview, because it is an interview. I don't care if you only have 5 minutes with the people at the booth or the table. That 5 minutes is an official interview. So you have to be prepared before you go to that interview. Okay? You have to have an interview pitch. This is something that I worked with Emily to, design something that wasn't boring, something that was of value, that she could tell her story. And we actually incorporated how she did her last preceptorship in the NICU. And actually, she did so well that her preceptor gave her a little preemie diaper and a preemie blood pressure cuff and said, always look at this and pursue your dream of being a NICU nurse. She told that story among with some other stories about one of her family members. I can't remember if it was her mom or grandmother who was a NICU baby. So we did all this still while highlighting her strengths, her skills, her past experience, and what made her the best candidate to be a NICU nurse. And guess what? They absolutely loved her story. She also got NRP that morning because I made her get neonatal resuscitation program. And I'm like, what a story to tell. Literally, she was like, I wanted this job so bad that in the morning I got my NRP certification, and she was able to show that to them at that job fair. Which brings me to number 6. Make sure you bring yourself a brag folder. So not only did she bring her NRP certification, she also brought, all the other certifications, recommendation letters, resume, cover letter, everything in a brag folder so that she could give to them to keep. You could also do the same thing in an interview. Okay? And then last but not least, before she left, she made sure that she got all of their contact information, whether it's an email, their business card, specific information about how you're going to follow up with them. All that needs to be done and discussed. Okay? If you want to learn more about everything I just shared you, please join me in my next free webinar this Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern, for all my East Coast people or Eastern Standard Time peeps, or 10 a.m. PST for my Pacific Standard Time peeps. Okay? This webinar, once it's full, it's full. So make sure you sign up now. How do you sign up? Go to newnursejob.com. And to end with Emily's story, she actually got the job offer just from going to that job fair and getting the NICU position. She didn't have a second or third interview. She literally got the job just from going to that job fair. And of course, we worked one-on-one together for her to be able to secure that position. All right. So if you're interested to get hired faster, just DM me, dream roll, or show up to my next webinar, newnursejob.com. Send me any questions, comments in the DMs or in the comments below after you watch this replay. I hope this was helpful. I got to run. Until next time, I will see you at the newnursejob.com free webinar on Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern. And also look out for my YouTube channel. I'll actually have a ton of content like this. So subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just look up Dr. Farah Laurent or The Nursing Dose with Farah. Go to videos and subscribe. All right, I'll talk to you soon, y'all. Take care. Bye.